Hey guys, ZEAL here, welcome back to the channel. Been a little bit behind on the Risk Tournament finals games. The whole of round one, I'm not even going to televise because we had games that were, played incorrectly and calls of rules being broken, that kind of thing. I can't give you the results if you haven't been keeping an eye on the challenge page. So Sol Invictus beat out Granitor and moved through to the semi-finals. Walii actually beat Jaw, Yawning Firefly, and went on through to face Sol Invictus and Walii. And then we have Sunsin Diary moving through after beating James and going through to face Conceivable, who beat Bobby. Today, we're going to be looking at the first of the semi-finals, so a best of three. The chance of a risk of a swap round goes down to a 2 in 6 chance. So instead of 50%, it's like 33.3% chance. Now this will be the first of three with Walii and Sol Invictus. Walii's gone for an Athenian build, so playing as Athens. He's got some pretty half decent units. It's not a terrible build because they both know that the chance of getting a swap round is pretty low at this point, so they're both going for pretty strong armies. Sol Invictus is elected to take SUEBI. He's had a fair bit of success with the SUEBI with the SUEBI build so far. So I guess he's kind of sticking to what works and what he knows works so far. So game one is going to be a normal round. Now let's jump in and we'll see how it goes. Hey, let's jump in. Nemesis Center, SUEBI is going to be played by Sol Invictus, being brought up against Walii, playing as Athens. Now Walii seems like an odd choice. Oh, sorry, Athens. Walii seems like an odd. Nah, Athens seems like a pretty odd choice for the semi-finals because the chance of a swap round does go down. But then again, if it is a swap round, Sol is going to struggle hardcore with an Athens build. So I guess he's kind of planning on it not really going too well for him. So we've got 4 Citizen Cav, 1 Tarantine. It looks like we've got 4 Thorax Hoplites, including the Gen, 3 Archers, 2 Peltasts, 1 Balearic. These were sent in to me by Sol Invictus, so we can see his whole army. We just can't see the whole of Walii's army just here. He had a Balearic, no, a Rhodian. So 3 Archers, 1 Rhodian, 2 Peltasts, Thorax Hoplites, Mercenary Veterans, a couple of them at the front. And I think there was 1 Pick Peltast as well that was not the General. It was just kind of like a specialized unit. Anyway, let's go over Sol's build here. We got the SUEBI. He's going to be commanding a pretty nice little army here. Up the front, we got 2 Germanic Slingers. I think we have 4 Germanic Scout Riders, because why wouldn't you? Do we? Yes. Out in the flanks, we got Wodenaz Spears, or kind of on the flanks. We got Spear Levy as well, who looks like they're going to be supporting. Out in the flanks, we've got Swordmasters Bloodsworn. Swordmasters Bloodsworn, that's right. Up the back, it looks like we got a couple of Berserkers. And in the center, we've got Wodenaz Spear General and 2 Bloodsworn. And that's going to be it. So, Scout Riders being pushed right up. Straight off the bat, I guess he's going to be wanting to draw a little bit of fire from these Peltasts or Slingers, that kind of thing. These guys are very light missile cav, so they'll be able to get out of the firing line fairly quick. Now, there isn't really any answer to these units. I mean, he can use the Slingers and the Peltasts to hold them, but he won't be able to kill them off very easily. I guess Walii's going to have to be careful to make sure he doesn't focus all of his attention up the front. Yeah, I like this matchup. I like the fact that Walii was taking a risk. Not only because it's, the name of the game, and kind of like the whole idea behind this tournament here, but I mean, it just spices things up. I mean, I get the fact that Sol is doing really well with the SUEBI, and there isn't really any reason for him to change around his strategy, but I don't know. It's cool to see people take risk, and I think that's what it's all about. Like, this tournament has never been about who's the most MLG player or who's, got the most skill or micromanagement. It's just kind of about taking weird risks and seeing if they pay off. I should have really made a proper point of that at the start of the match. So it looks like Wally's going to be content to kind of move his troops back and try and kind of corner a couple of these different units. But look how fast these Germanic scout riders are. They're just way too quick. And it looks like he's going to be running circles around these citizen cav at this point. Alright, he caught one of the Germanic scout riders out there. We should get the music of Benny Hill. Oh no! Germanic scout riders getting into the archers. And the Rhodian slingers. That sucks. So he's lost a Germanic scout rider over there, but his Sol's managed to get in amongst the skirmishes here, which is not good. I was going to say before, there should be some Benny Hill music playing in the background, like... I'm going to play it over the top of this, it'll be hilarious. So it looks like he's going to throw away a couple of his Germanic scout riders here. 2 of them left right out in the flank, so... I guess there are some units left in the back that can help out if they need to. Ooh, Germanic slingers being threatened pretty hardcore by the citizen cav. Wally's going to turn around and think twice. Probably not a bad idea. The spear levy wouldn't kill it off really quickly. And Wally's still relatively intact, but he is kind of a little bit split up, and his formation is all screwed up and that kind of thing. So it looks like Sol Invictus is going to take this opportunity to chase after him. These mercenary veteran hoplites pulling out of combat here are going to take a lot of losses. Look at that. Crazy amount of losses there. Wow. Holy shit. Look at the kills racking up on these Word Nest Spears. Hadn't lost a man, and they've mowed down like most of these mercenary veteran hoplites. That's insane. So straight off the bat, Wally's not doing too good. I'm just gonna sneeze. I don't know why I had to announce that. Thracian warriors at the back. Don't know how useful they would be against scout riders. I mean, they do have a bonus versus large, but if they get knocked down, they're not going to be much of use. Bloodsworn wrapping around the flank again. And the skirmishes of Walii have just started to fire. It looks like they're going to be targeting these Word Nest Spears. Probably not a bad target there. But yeah, Walii is in full retreat mode. These mercenary veterans are going to steamroll their way through the spear levy, but this just opens their rear to these Bloodsworn. And Sol Invictus has really successfully broken up the formation of Walii, and it looks like he's struggling to get back on track and kind of pull himself together. Sol's going to be forming up, performing another change of line, and just making sure that he is facing Walii with all of his troops. And again, these scout riders just being an absolute nuisance. Benny Hill style, just kind of coming in here and wrecking a couple of units. Gonna have to pull them out because these archers and these Tarentines are on the way. Spear levy coming in as well. Doing pretty nice. Bloodsworn as well, of course. They're going to be a big threat against those spears and those hoplites. If they can get a good charge in. And I don't know what kind of general's ability he's running here. Yep, so he's running fast charge Aurea Vista. So I guess Sol Invictus is just kind of content to wait around and see if he can find an opportune moment to get that fast charge off. He could catch these Tarentines here if he wanted to, and he would probably beat him, to be honest. That's this, wow, coming very close there to this spear levy. These Thorax hoplites would also shred that spear levy there as well. Oh, precursor jab from the Bloodsworn. Going to be chasing them off. Though the Bloodsworn are light, and they're going to be able to catch them if they keep this up. Looks like Walii, very well done, is going to bring the Citizen Cav over to ward him off. Good use of the Cav there. So both players just jockeying for position here. This is probably what Walii probably wanted the whole time. Just enough time for his skirmishers to kind of pick away at different units. And look at the devastation that's going on here. I don't know if that was... Nah, that was from before, actually. Here we go, Germanic Scout Riders coming in here. They're going to hold down these units, just so that the Bloodsworn can get into combat. Excellent use of the Germanic Scout Riders in the light mass. And we got Aurea Vistus being popped. All these units within this area have now got the fast charge ability, including the Bloodsworn, who are going to have an amazing charge bonus. And the Word Nest Spears. We've also got a Berserker, which is very dangerous. 71 charge bonus now. Precursor volley from the Word Nest going to get a very nice hit on those Citizen Cav. And these Word Nest Spears going to be coming into these units here, just holding up everything on this side of the battlefield. So, probably a good use of those Word Nest Spears, to be honest. They're going to be able to hold out for a long time. And these Swordmasters probably... Oh, that's a picked hoplite, never mind. They'll probably work their way through this Thorax hoplite, but this picked hoplite is going to make pretty short work of that Swordmaster, I think. or at least it's going to win anyway. We have Berserkers pulling out of combat against those Thorax Hoplites, and these Germanic Scout Riders getting excellent shots into the back of that unit. So great use of these Blood Sworn by Sol Invictus here. Mercenary Veterans into Hoplite Wall. The oh wow, Blood Sworn only got 33 kills. I would have expected more there. Berserkers no kills so far. They haven't had an opportunity to charge into anything just yet. And Walii's going to be holding back his skirmishes. Interestingly enough, he's holding back his skirmishes, and he's also holding back a couple of cav units here. So my guess is that Walii's going to be hoping to kite for the rest of the end game. Not if he's doing stuff like this though. Doesn't get the best charge into anything. Yeah, just kind of throwing them in here. But it looks like there's just too many units left on the field, and there's also these Germanic Slingers. And there's also a little bit of mobility left in the field as well in the form of these Germanic Scout Riders. So all's not looking very good for Walii, and it looks like he's just going to have to commit the rest of his units. Oh, there we go. And we have Pride being popped, which gives them, Sol's units a bit of armor-piercing damage. Or I say a bit, it's probably a lot. Yeah, weapon damage goes up by quite a bit. So that's the end of Walii. First game. Game 1. Well, I say GG. I don't know what happens. Germanic Scout Riders coming in, going to be starting to wreck. That's just what they're good at. They're so good. These units are just amazing. The SUEBI are just one of the best factions. Hands down, best general's ability by far. These Germanic Scout Riders are hectic. They have some of the best like low tier swords, high damage. These Germanic Slingers are awesome at soaking up damage. And their swords aren't bad either. Like they're just the best faction overall. Germanic Scout Riders especially useful for just hanging around like a bad smell and just kind of threatening the rear lines of your opponent. So SH Witch King of Angmar from Lord of the Rings, I think is what that references to. But that's Sol Invictus, and he's done pretty well with his SUEBI build in the first match. Wow, 119 kills in the Germanic Scout. Must have been on these skirmishes just at the end there. Even the Germanic Slingers were doing better than most of these archers were. Berserkers didn't get a whole lot of time to be as super effective, but the Blood Sworn doing an amazing job on a lot of very expensive units. Swordmaster's doing good as well. One of their spears doing pretty nice. A lot of kills there. But yeah, oh man, Walii. I think he just got split up at the start and a little bit frazzled as well because the formation wasn't held together. And I think you really need that playing as Athens. Yeah, he did pretty well with the cav though. I thought, yeah, not too bad. Just kind of like countering what Sol was throwing at him. So good game from Walii. Unfortunately, that's game 1 to Sol. We'll see if Walii can pull back one in the next game. Until we see then, this is Jujubet signing out. Peace.